Well, today we're talking about money. Money is a key important part because at Serenity we're financial life planners, which means, as you know, we take a very different view on dealing with the relationship that people have with their money and use it to enable them to do the things that they really want to do in life and not necessarily feel a burden by it. Now, it may well be that you struggle with monitoring your money. Sometimes you may have more month than money when it gets to about the 23rd or the 24th of the month. And sometimes you may have more money than month, which again gives its own burden. What should you do with it? As well as the in-depth financial planning, we also do a lot of money coaching with people to help them understand where the money goes and to build some good habits, because this stuff isn't taught in school anymore. So we developed an approach, the 3-bucket approach. There we are, we have 3 crab buckets, which we'll come back to in the next video. But the whole purpose of this is to enable you to have control of your finances, to know where it goes as well. That's another huge thing. Where does it actually go? Does the money fairy come along? No, it doesn't. It's just habitual spending that we don't really monitor, we don't keep account of. It's just as easy to take a card out and pay to go through a ticket barrier as it is to go out and buy a £1,500 bit of kit or a toy or something like that. There's no different emotion. So what I want to show you is how we can actually understand that and work through those different areas where you can actually manage your money far better, and it'll give you some freedom. Now, there's loads and loads of good apps out there. Apps everywhere that will manage your money for you, they'll analyse this, they'll analyse that. But for me, there's no real substitute in actually doing it yourself. And I'll explain why. If you keep a list of all your outgoings and you write them down physically every week or every day, then you're constantly reminding yourself of what it is you've spent. And so it becomes real. By joining me on the beach, this is great. We're sharing the same vision, the same picture, but what you don't get is the warmth on your face, the coldness of the sand under your toes, the breeze coming along the sea, or any aromas. And that's just like using an app. An app sometimes will do it all for you. It's automated. You may well get the end result of everything's monitored, but you may not get the result of actually feeling involved in the process. Now, I know exactly what this feels like being here on the beach today. You don't. You can see what it might feel like, and you're remembering what it may be like. So with money, I think we need a hands-on approach. A hands-on approach where you're in control of it, so not only have you spent it, but then there's a double conscience check to make sure that you have spent that money intentionally. And then we can start to create some space, some freedom around your money and budgeting. Money is a huge thing. It's an important part of everyday life. And it helps us achieve the things that we really want to achieve. And by having a tighter control on that, you being in control of your money, not your money just ruling your life. That's what we want to achieve. And have you ever noticed that you may well make different financial decisions later in the month than earlier in the month, depending on how much money you have left? Maybe early in the start of the month, you may feel a little bit more opulent. You may feel that, yes, we can go and have some treats, we can spend the money. But then if you have a lot of months left when that money's starting to run out, that may cloud your judgment. Imagine if you're going on holiday and you get halfway through the holiday and you've nearly run out of money. How's that going to be? Well, the second week's going to be very, very different to the first week. And there's a study done recently which showed that actually people who pay for all-inclusive food packages or all of their food and drink and things up front actually have a happier holiday. And it's not because they've gorged themselves to oblivion or gone round in a drunken haze all the time. It's because they're not having to make conscious financial decisions the very 2 weeks of the year when they want to have freedom. It's a good lesson, an interesting one as well. Just removes the decisions that you have to make in that very, very important, joyous time of the year. So there's loads of things around money. I've produced this mind map, which shows us all the areas that we're going to explore during these videos. And the green area over here, that's all the money parts. So we've got a lot to do, we've got a lot to cover. But what I want to do is bring financial freedom to you so that you can make decisions, make good progress as you move forward, and tie all of your life, all those elements in together to bring happiness, joy, and help you escape the bucket.